Alright, so in this video we are going to be focusing on plie. Plie as a motion. That means the motion of bending your knees or bending your legs when we do any ballet step. That translates to pliés, that translates also to fondu or to développé, or at least the beginning of développé, which is a bending motion. We have here Elio with us, a professional ballet dancer, and he's going to help me demonstrate. And so like this, it feels more like I'm talking to you guys. It's not just me talking, but we are going to be showing how things are supposed to be done. And so when we think about plie, we were talking about this before. I want all of you to go to a parallel position in front of the bar. It will be the best if you have a mirror that you can see yourself from the profile. When we think about plie, and when I ask all the dancers to do plie, the thing that usually happens is this. And so as you can see, there is a very similar angle of bending from all the articulations. So the hip here, the knees here, and the ankles. And you might think that this is right, that this is a good plie, because it feels like everything falls into one line. Now, the problem with this is that we are actually sitting back. And by sitting back, we are using our quads to get all the load and our knees to get all the weight of our plie. What this translates to is that we are not allowing the Achilles and the articulation of the ankle to go into its full potential and to activate it. Pliés are being done basically in this part. And so when you see someone that looks like it has a very good plie and very flexible plie, it's someone that is actually using a lot of this part. It's not a question of how long is your tendons or how flexible are your articulations, but how you are using them. In ballet, we don't need an extra incredible plie in order for us to use our plie in the correct way. For our normal jumps, for our normal pirouettes and everything that we have to do, we don't need that extra Achilles tendon or that big of a plie. But we need to use the one that we have the best way possible. So how can we do that? I'm sure you have heard many times your teacher telling you, you need to relax your hips and you need to relax your knees in the plie. This can only be achieved by just doing that, relaxing. And that means that all this block of the body will be falling. It's like if someone will come from behind you and will drop, will kick your knee from the back, and then you suddenly drop. That's the feeling, this. So I'm going to show you the two. The first thing is this one. The second way is this. As you can see in this one, from the hip to the knee is almost falling vertically. There is not this grad of angle in the knee. It's here. What this allows is for our plie to be more focused on the ankle articulation and to use our calf muscles and our Achilles tendon. I'm sure if you're trying this right now, you can feel the stretch in the calf, which is exactly what we want. This is from where we can push from different elements later on. I will repeat one more time. The difference between this and this. Now, when we translate that into en dehors, it's the same. It's a little bit of a different feeling because we are opening both legs to the side. But it's exactly the same feeling. Instead of, I will show you better here. Instead of falling back, we will be doing this. But when I see it here, you can see that there is much more articulation here, happening here than happening in our quadriceps. This is achieved by trying to think that you are pushing the heels together. It's that feeling of that you are grabbing the floor and you are trying to push the heels together. This allows the Achilles to relax and to stretch. This is how we use it in en dehors position. In the same is with the fifth. Instead of thinking that I'm bending the knees and I'm collapsing the hips, I'm thinking that I'm pushing the heels together, like this, crossing. Exactly. One more time, plie. You can see how this is almost vertical till the knee, and then there is a bending happening in the ankle. This is the correct way to use the plie and to do plie. And it's much more elastic. It's not being stuck in there. Now, what happens when we translate to one leg? Something similar. What it tends to happen is that when we plie, we are doing this. And so the weight, the center of our body, is falling diagonally this way. And we are thinking that we have the good plie, our knee is falling on our toe, and we are straight. But actually, the plie, as we were talking before, it needs to be happening here. So I'm bending on the body jump. I'm not bending on my hip or on my knee. I'm putting the pressure on my feet, so I feel I'm stable there. You can even go a little bit more inside on your toe. So one more time, we see how here is dropping vertically and the flexion is happening in the ankle. This we do it for fondue, but we also do it for jumps later, or we are doing from piqués, or whenever we have to do one-time plie. So we do it wrong one more time. It's not there. Even if I'm here on balance, I'm holding everything from the quad, but it is there. You see how my whole body is changing the weight. I'm not keeping the body where it is and just bending the leg, but I am transferring the weight to one leg. Exactly. Our last, it is the beginning of the développé, which is bending the passé before we stretch. This is the last way we can have a motion of plie. What tends to happen is, one more time, we tend to think that we are bending from the knee and from the hip. We are thinking of doing this movement, or we are thinking of doing outside movement. But it is the opposite. We have to think of inside. Inside, and so you see, the bending happening on my hip is not as big as the one is happening here. And so basically we're thinking that there is some resistance here, or there's a ball here that we want to lift up. Only from the feet, only from the feet. Exactly, exactly. So this bending happens naturally as a consequence, but not as the first act. We go down one more time. The first thing is we are going to be crossing, and we're going to be, yes. Then we're going up, not, yes, exactly, only the feet. And you see, this is how you keep your hips in the steady line. One, or this horizontal line, only by thinking that I bring up the foot. And so if we think what is the wrong, let's say the wrong way to do it, it will be by lifting the knee, by doing this. But what we want is the opposite. We want to go from the inside and only lifting the foot up. This all can be translated to any step. Now it's only a question of going through every of the steps or every of the moments in which you feel like your plie is not working well, and think how can you transfer this information to it. But this is everything we have for plies.